I won't bring this up again for a while. But just know. At some point, I'm going to need an answer. And I hope it's the one that keeps us together. Good night.
Hey besties. Before we jump into today's video, I noticed that a lot of you who enjoy my content aren't actually subscribed yet. If you find value in what I share, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and ensures you won't miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much for your support. And for all who have subscribed, thank you. God bless you. Michelle, I'm tired. Like, not just physically, mentally, emotionally, all of it.
Bad day.
Bad week. Bad month. Honestly, I don't even know the last time I felt good in my marriage.
Do you want to walk? Is it Sam?
It's always Sam. He's not a bad man, Michelle. But sometimes, I feel like I don't exist to him anymore.
What do you mean?
I mean, we live in the same house, we sleep in the same bed, but I feel like we are miles apart. He comes home, sits on the couch, scrolls through his phone, watches TV, and that's it. No conversation, no intimacy. I could disappear for hours, and he probably wouldn't notice.
Wow.
I never thought marriage would feel so lonely.
Grace.
And you know the worst part? If you ask him, he'd say everything is fine. Because to him, as long as there's food on the table and the bills are paid, that's enough. But it's not enough, Michelle. Not for me.
I don't want that.
Of course you don't. Nobody wants it. But sometimes, it happens anyway.
If you had known it would be this hard, would you have still married him?
If I had known, I would have waited longer. Maybe tried harder to make sure he was really the right one before saying yes.
Thanks for tonight, James. You really didn't have to go all out like that.
Hey, it's your birthday. You deserve the best. Plus, I didn't hear you complaining about the dessert.
Okay, you got me. That chocolate mousse was definitely worth it.
You know, I'd been meaning to ask. What's going on with that charity you've been volunteering at? You mentioned something about a big decision coming up.
Oh, right. The director wants me to help run a new program. It's a pretty big step.
Sounds exciting. You're going to take it, right?
I'm thinking about it. It's a lot more responsibility, and I'd have to juggle it with work. But it's something I'm passionate about.
You've always had a huge heart for that stuff, Michelle. You'd be great at it.
Thanks. I don't want to stretch myself too thin. But I'll figure it out.
Whatever you decide, I've got your back. You know that, right?
I know. Well, I should head inside before it gets too late.
Yeah, wouldn't want you turning into a pumpkin.
Good night, James. Thanks again for everything.
Anytime. Good night, Michelle.
You don't even try anymore, Sam. You come home, sit on that couch, and act like I'm not even here.
Are we seriously doing this again, Grace? Every time something doesn't go your way, it's the same argument.
Because nothing ever changes. I feel like I'm living with a roommate, not a husband. When was the last time we even had a real conversation that wasn't about bills or the kids? Do you even love me anymore, Sam?
What kind of question is that?
It's an honest one. Because I don't feel loved anymore. I feel like I'm just here, existing, in a marriage that's running on autopilot.
Grace, I work all day. I come home tired. I provide for this family, I take care of what needs to be done. Isn't that enough?
You think just paying the bills is enough? That's not love, Sam. That's obligation. What about me? What about us?
You want to talk about us? Fine. Let's talk about us. Because this constant nagging, the fights, the way you make me feel like I'm never doing enough, this isn't the marriage I signed up for either, Grace. You think you're the only one who's struggling? You think I don't feel it too? I come home, and all I hear is what I'm doing wrong. How I don't do this, how I don't do that. Nothing is ever enough for you.
Because I miss you, Sam. I miss the way we used to talk, the way we used to laugh, the way we actually cared about each other. I miss feeling like your wife instead of just some woman you live with.
You think I don't miss things too? But life isn't some romantic fairy tale, Grace. We have responsibilities, stress, real problems. We can't spend every night whispering sweet nothings like we're still dating.
But we don't have to be strangers either. Do you even realize how lonely I feel?
I don't know how to fix this, Grace.
I don't need you to have all the answers, Sam. I just need to know that you want to fix this.
This food tastes great, Mother. I might have to come over more often.
Glad you like it. Guess who cooked it?
I don't want to make the mistake of guessing wrong. But I'll say Michelle.
Good guess.
I knew it. Something this good has to come from my love. You're such a wonderful cook, darling.
Thanks, James.
Speaking of love, when are you two going to take the next step and settle down? Don't you two love each other enough to want to get married and start a family?
Well, Mother, I've asked her a couple of times. But it seems Michelle isn't ready yet.
Michelle, darling, what's the problem? James is a fine young man, don't you think? You should grab him before some other woman does.
I agree.
I agree. Is that all you have to say? You've been dating for 2 years, Michelle. What are you waiting for?
Mom, what else do you want me to say?
It's okay, Mother. Let's not argue about this. This food is amazing, can't we just enjoy it? Michelle and I are fine, trust me.
I hope you two know that you have something important going on. Don't take it lightly. Love doesn't wait forever.
We won't, Mother. Trust us. You know, I love these moments. Just the two of us, after a good meal, walking together. Feels like home.
You just love the food, James.
Okay, yes. But it's more than that. I love being with you, Michelle. Michelle, I need to ask you something. And I want you to be honest with me.
Okay. Ask.
Why won't you marry me?
James, we've talked about this before.
Yeah, we have. And every time, you avoid giving me a real answer. I'd asked, I'd waited, and I'd given you space. But Michelle, it's been 2 years. I love you, and I want to spend my life with you. But I need to know, are you even considering marriage? Or am I just waiting for something that will never happen?
It's not that simple, James. Marriage. It changes everything.
How? How does it change everything?
It just does. People rush into it thinking it's all love and happiness, and then one day, they wake up and realize they made a mistake. They're stuck in something they can't undo. And then what?
Michelle, that's not going to be us.
You don't know that, James. No one does. Love is strong in the beginning, but what about after 5 years? 10? What happens when we start seeing things in each other that we don't like? What if we argue all the time? What if we stop talking, stop trying? What if one day, you wake up and realize, I'm not the woman you thought I was?
Michelle, do you really believe that? That love just disappears?
I believe people change. And when they do, love changes too.
You think I don't know that? That I haven't thought about it? Marriage isn't about finding someone who never changes, Michelle. It's about choosing to love each other through those changes. It's about commitment, not just feelings.
And what if commitment isn't enough? What if we turn into one of those couples who force themselves to stay together because they feel obligated, not because they want to?
Michelle, are you afraid of being married? Are you afraid of trusting me? Michelle?
I should go back inside. It's getting late.
Answer me. Because this is what you keep doing, Michelle. You dodge the question. You avoid the real conversation. And I let it slide every time, hoping you'll finally be honest with me.
James. I need to go now. Because I have a meeting first thing tomorrow morning. And thank you for coming over.
Michelle, I'll get straight to the point. The company is restructuring some leadership roles, and we want you to step up.
Step up how, exactly?
We're expanding operations in Edinburgh. The company needs someone experienced, efficient, and sharp to oversee the transition. Someone like you.
That sounds big.
It is. It's a leadership role with a significant pay raise, international connections, and the potential to lead larger projects. But it requires full relocation. No remote work option.
Edinburgh is a long way from here.
Which is why we're giving you time to think about it. I know relocating isn't easy. But this is a once-in-a-lifetime career move, Michelle. You've got the skills, the leadership qualities, and the drive. We want you on this.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Carter. Michelle, can I grab you for a sec? It's about the Abernathy report.
Go ahead, Michelle. Take the rest of the day to think about my offer.
To be honest, some days, I just want to quit everything and go back to being single.
That bad?
You have no idea. I love my husband, I really do. But marriage is exhausting. Work is already demanding, then I go home and it's like I have a second job. Kids, house chores, making sure everyone eats, I barely have time to breathe. Last night, I was up till midnight trying to meet this deadline, and my husband had the nerve to ask why I wasn't in the mood to. You know. I look at you and I think, God, I miss those days. Coming home to silence, doing whatever I want, not answering to anyone. You don't realize how much freedom you have until it's gone. Sorry, I shouldn't be dumping all this on you. You and James are still in that honeymoon phase where everything is sweet and romantic, huh?
Something like that.
Enjoy it while it lasts, babe. Because once you say I do, there's no going back.
Here are the files.
I miss those days. You don't realize how much freedom you have until it's gone.
Thank you for your advice, Lisa.
Man, I don't even know why you're stressing yourself over this. If Michelle doesn't want to marry you, move on. Simple.
It's not that simple, David.
Actually, it is. You're making it complicated.
She's not saying no. She's just afraid. She has her reasons.
Reasons? What reasons? You've been together for 2 years, man. She should know by now if she wants to be with you for life. And if she's hesitating, it means she doesn't.
That's not true.
Then what is it? She's thinking about it? She needs time? James, come on. That's just a nice way of keeping you around while she makes up her mind. And trust me, bro, a woman who needs to figure out if she wants you doesn't want you.
Michelle isn't like that. She loves me. She's just scared.
Scared of what? That you're gonna cheat? That you'll stop loving her? What, she thinks marriage is a death sentence?
She's afraid of making the wrong choice. She has seen too many marriages fail, and she doesn't want to end up trapped in something that turns sour.
Wow. What a modern woman. Look, bro, women say they want love, but half of them are too busy sabotaging it. I used to think like you, too. Thought love conquered all. Then guess what? I got married, and suddenly, I wasn't enough anymore. She changed. The same woman who promised me forever turned around and said she wasn't happy.
You're projecting, David.
Maybe. But that doesn't make me wrong. Look, man. I'm saying this because I care about you. You're a good guy. You've got a great job, you're smart, loyal. And you're wasting time on a woman who's too scared to love you back the way you deserve. Don't be like me, James. Don't wait until you're so invested that when she finally leaves, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. Just think about it, bro. Women never know what they want. And when they do, it's usually too late.
Michelle, tell me the truth. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Mom, please, not tonight.
Yes, tonight. Every night, in fact, until you start thinking like a normal person.
Mom, it's my life. I can't just.
Your life? Your life? And what about my own life, eh? Have I not suffered enough? Have I not prayed enough? Since you were a child, I have prayed for your happiness. And now, God has sent you a good man, and you are playing games.
Mom, I'm not playing games.
You're not playing games? Then what is this? 2 years, Michelle. 2 years you have been with that boy. What are you waiting for? The trumpet to sound.
Mom, marriage isn't something you rush into.
Rush. Rush. Did I say you should rush? At this age, is it rushing? A woman of 30-something? My friend's daughter got married at 24, she already has 2 children.
Mom, I am not your friend's daughter.
God forbid. Of course, you're not. Because she is wise. She is in her husband's house, enjoying her life, while you are sitting here, arguing with your mother.
Mom, why does everything in life have to be about marriage? I have a great job, I'm successful, I'm happy.
Happy. You are happy. And, Michelle. Sitting in this house, alone, watching your life pass you by, you are happy. What is happiness without a home? Without children? Do you think career will keep you warm at night? Will your job call you mummy? Will your job bury you when you are old?
Mom, I don't need this right now.
Huh. You don't need it. But you need that your laptop and your phone, Abby. The one you press morning till night. You are sitting here wasting time. Wasting your youth. You think time waits for anybody? Look at me, look at me. Do you think I was always old like this? Time is moving, Michelle. You are not a child anymore.
Mom, I know that. But is marriage the only thing that matters in life?
For a woman? Yes. Because that is how God made it.
That's not fair. If a man is successful and unmarried, nobody questions him. But if a woman is single for too long, suddenly, something must be wrong with her.
You see? This is why you are single. You talk too much. Always arguing. Always questioning everything.
Mom, I am not single. I have a man. A good one. But I need to be sure.
Be sure. Be sure. 2 years, you are still being sure? Or, how long does it take to be sure? Another 5 years. 10. Will you be sure when you are 40? Michelle. My daughter, listen to me. I want to see my grandchildren before I die. Before God calls me home, I want to hold them. Is that too much to ask?
I don't want to rush into something and regret it later.
Did I regret marrying your father? Did I?
Did you love him?
Love. Love is a feeling, Michelle. Marriage is a choice. And if you keep waiting for a fairy tale, you will wake up one day, alone.
I'm going to bed, Mom.
Brethren, today we are talking about something that holds many of us back from living in God's perfect will, fear. Many of us live our lives guided not by faith, but by fear. We disguise it as wisdom, as caution, but deep inside, what we are really doing is running. We pray for blessings, but when they come, we hesitate. We ask for love, and when God places the right person in our lives, we second-guess it. Why? Because we are afraid. Afraid of the unknown. Afraid of what could go wrong. But let me tell you something, church, fear does not come from God. 2 Timothy 1:7 tells us, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind." If fear is not from God, then who is it from? Some of you here today are letting fear rob you of the very thing you've been praying for. You think you are being wise, but what you are really doing is avoiding the truth. Now, let's talk about love. Because love is not just a feeling. Feelings come and go. But love is a choice. Love is a commitment. Love is deciding, every single day, that no matter what storms come, no matter how you feel in the moment, you will choose to stay, to fight, and to build. Some of you here are waiting for perfect certainty before making a decision. But let me ask you, where is the faith in that? Faith is trusting God even when you don't see the full picture. It's saying, "Lord, I don't have all the answers, but I will trust you anyway." My question for you today is, are you letting fear control your life? Are you allowing doubt to keep you from walking in the blessings God has placed before you? If God has placed something in front of you, but fear is holding you back, I urge you today, let go. Stop trying to control everything. Trust Him. Because sometimes, the greatest blessings are on the other side of what we fear the most.
I heard the news about the promotion.
Yeah. It's a big opportunity.
It is. Congratulations.
Do you want some tea? Or water?
No. I just want to talk.
Okay. About what?
Michelle. Where does this leave us?
James. I need time to think.
I had never given you a reason to doubt me. I had never lied to you, never made you feel unsafe. I had stood by you, waited for you, and loved you through everything. So, tell me the truth, are you scared of us? Are you scared of what's in your head?
This isn't about you, James. It's about me. and what I know about marriage.
What do you really know about marriage, Michelle? Because from where I'm standing, it seems like you only see the bad. The failed ones. The struggles. But what about the ones that last? The ones built on faith, on trust?
Those are rare, James. I see so many women miserable in their marriages. Women who were so in love at the beginning, just like us, and now they're just existing with their husbands. Some of them are Christian women, and they're still struggling. They feel trapped. And I refuse to be trapped.
Okay. I hear you. But I need you to hear me too. I love you, Michelle. More than I'd ever loved anyone. And I want to be with you, not just for the easy moments, but for everything. The good, the bad, the changes. But I can't keep waiting forever if you're never going to trust me. If you're never going to trust us. I won't bring this up again for a while. But just know. At some point, I'm going to need an answer. And I hope it's the one that keeps us together. Good night.
Michelle. Glad I caught you. Hope I'm not disturbing you this late?
No, it's fine.
Good. Listen, I just wanted to check in. We need your final decision tonight. We have other candidates waiting, but you're our top choice. The board is excited about bringing you in, but we need to lock things in by midnight.
I understand.
We believe in you, Michelle. This is a huge step forward for your career. And between us, the kind of opportunity that doesn't come twice. Michelle? Are you still with me?
Yes. I'm here.
Look, I won't pressure you, but if you're serious about this is the moment to commit. The team is already prepping for your transition. We just need your final confirmation. Michelle?
I need a minute.
Of course. But don't take too long. Time's running out.
Ah, look, you finally remembered me.
I've missed you, Mama Evelyn.
And I've missed you too, my dear. You've been hiding, eh? Or should I say, running? Come in, come in. You know my house is always open to you. Still taking coffee? Or have you finally repented and joined us in the kingdom of tea?
Tea will do today.
Ah, look at how God changes people. You have that look on your face, my dear.
What look?
The I need to talk, but I don't know where to start look.
You know me too well, Mama Evelyn.
That's because I've been where you are, my dear. Now, talk to me. What is troubling your heart?
I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can marry James.
And why do you believe that?
Because marriage scares me. I've seen too many couples fall apart. I've seen love fade, people grow distant. And I keep asking myself, what if I make a mistake? What if James changes? What if
he doesn't? Michelle, you're looking at marriage through the lens of what could go wrong. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, what if it goes right? Marriage is not a gamble, my dear. It is a covenant. A commitment before God, not a contract between two imperfect people hoping they won't change. And do you know what holds a marriage together? It's not just love. Love, the way the world defines it, is a feeling. Feelings come and go. But covenant love, the kind that reflects Christ's love for his bride, is a choice. A daily, intentional choice.
But what if I choose wrong? What if I wake up one day and realize I made a mistake?
My dear, you will never be wise enough to make the perfect choice. But you can be surrendered enough to let God lead you into the right one. Do you trust James?
I don't know.
Then let me ask you something else. Do you trust God? Because, my dear, that is the real issue. Not James. Not marriage. Not fear of making a mistake. But the question of whether you trust that the God who created you, who sees the end from the beginning, can guide your steps. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me.
Psalm 23.
Yes, the book of Psalm 23, 4. You see, my dear, faith and fear cannot exist in the same place. One must give way to the other. You're afraid because you want control. But control is an illusion. The only security we have is in Christ. God doesn't promise that marriage will be easy. But He promises that if He is the foundation, it will not crumble. Do you know the first miracle Jesus ever performed?
The wedding at Cana.
Exactly. And do you know what that tells us? That when Jesus is invited into a marriage, He brings restoration. He turns water into wine. He transforms what is lacking into something overflowing. Michelle, if you enter marriage in fear, you will always be looking for an escape. But if you enter it in faith, you will learn to surrender. And trust that even in the hard times, God is still in control. My dear, stop looking at marriage through the lens of fear. Look at it through the lens of faith. Because no matter what happens, God will be with you. And with Him, you will never walk alone.
Lord, I have heard so many voices. Mama Evelyn's wisdom, my mother's concerns, my friends' experiences, my own fears. I have seen broken marriages. I have seen love fade. I have seen people suffer. And I am afraid. But God, I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want fear to control me. I don't want to keep doubting. I don't want to run from something that you might be calling me into. I don't want to trust my fears more than I trust you. I have heard everyone, Lord. But now, I need to hear from you. take this fear away. Take it from me. If this is from you, help me to trust you. If James is truly the man you have for me, give me peace. And if he is not, give me the courage to walk away. But whatever happens, Lord, help me to trust you more than I fear the unknown. I believe, Lord, but help my unbelief. The past few days have been a lot for me, James. I've been running from something I thought would destroy me. I thought marriage meant losing myself, that love would fade like I've seen happen to others. I thought that trusting someone with my heart meant giving up control. But these past few days, God has been opening my eyes. He's been showing me that just because something didn't work for others, doesn't mean it won't work for me. And that trusting someone, trusting you, doesn't mean I lose myself. It means I choose to grow with you. I love you, James. And if you're still willing, if you still want this, I want to take that next step with you.
You have no idea how long I'd been waiting to hear that. I love you, too.